everybody, it's Kristin. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and see what you guys think about it. Just let me know below. Boy, it looks, the way the light is, it looks like I'm not wearing anything. This is a white shirt. Anyway, my dad writes a little article every week for like an editorial for the newspaper in the city where he served, the church that he serves. And I thought it would be interesting to kind of start maybe sharing those with you. I'm usually a good week behind in reading them. This paper, just to give you an idea of the city, it comes out once a week. And it's a really big paper, like it's really wide. See how wide this is? And it's really tall. But they do such a great job of covering all the local sports and the things that the kids are doing. It's just a really neat hometown kind of family paper. So anyway, my dad writes this article every week. And I thought maybe it would be fun once a week to do a vlog reading his article. Thought maybe you guys would get a kick out of it and maybe get some insight into where some of my humor comes. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're insightful, sometimes they just are. So anyway, I'm going to read this and then you guys let me know what you think. Okay, so this was from last week, Tuesday, which was the, what is today, the 22nd, so it was the 15th. Okay, here's what I'm thinking is what it's entitled. Let me just begin. It's entitled that every week. Let me just begin with a clarification. In my column dated December 27th, I mentioned that Patsy's mom died just before Christmas. That's my mom's mom. My mom's name is Patsy. I should also have said that that was in 1981. Thank you to the people who expressed their sympathy. I apologize for the misunderstanding. It is really sweet to help people reach out in sad times. I know that our parents, Patsy's and mine, are happily getting along in heaven. I just hope that my dad is not still pulling practical jokes. He made a fine art of practical jokes. My father does as well, by the way. I have a comment regarding another previous column, and I realize that these won't all make sense right now, but they will as we go along. We've got to start somewhere, right? After last week's column, a couple of people expressed concern about my putting hot pepper in with the birdseed. It does not affect birds at all and has the same effect on squirrels as it does on people. There you go. If you have squirrels getting into your birdseed, put a little hot pepper in there. Now on to this week's column. Let's see. When my kids were young, some of them enjoyed reading Choose Your Own Ending books. It was a very interesting style of book. The reader would finish a section of the book and be given choices about what should happen next. For choice 1, go to page X. For choice 2, go to page X, and so forth. Now, a popular television show is offering a Choose Your Own Ending episode, which I find fascinating. And that was Hawaii Five-0, by the way. I do actually watch that show. Wouldn't it be nice if we could choose our own ending in reality? If your spouse calls and tells you that a good friend just had an accident, you could just say, I choose ending number 2, then everything is okay. Problem solved. Life is not cooperative. On the day our youngest son was born, I was called to a meeting the next morning, even though I had scheduled the day off because of the baby. At the time of the meeting, we were told that the company was bankrupt and we would had to get our personal items out by 4:30 that day, December 23rd. Merry Christmas. That sounds pretty bad, but ending number 2 was that for almost 3 months, I'm having real contact issues. Okay. Let's just start that over. Life is not that cooperative. On the day our youngest son was born, I was called to a meeting the next morning, even though I had scheduled the day off because of the baby. At the meeting, we were told that the company was bankrupt and we had to get our personal items out by 4:30 that day, December 23rd, Merry Christmas. That sounds pretty bad, but ending number 2 was that for almost 3 months, I helped care for the kids, bonded with our son, and helped my wife, all the while drawing unemployment compensation. We wound up moving from Waukesha to Green Lake to a great house on 5 acres in the country. Maybe we actually do have alternate endings. Maybe if we allow him to work in our lives, God has a better plan than we realize. I was reminded recently of the saying, there are no coincidences. That's just when God remains anonymous. Another example of alternate endings that happens to all of us is taking a wrong turn and coming upon something that amazes you. It might be a sight you never saw before or a chance meeting with an old friend that would not have happened except for the missed turn. Ending number 2 happens. A couple years ago at this time, a communications problem occurred in a small church. The result could have been a lot of people leaving their church and being disaffected from their faith. Instead, that problem that began with a lot of sadness and anger resulted in a new church being started. Today, that church has been integrated into the community and the area. That's ending number 2 again. We can say that there are no alternative endings and that life is what it is. Or we can believe that God has a plan for our lives and that there are no coincidences. If we try to be in control and choose our own ending, we make the right decision. But if we let God guide us, we will always make the right choices. I have sought to follow God's lead in my life. There were times when I tried to make my own decisions, but God was patient with me. Ending number 2. Enjoy the rest of January. The sun shines or the snow falls, and we do not control them. What we control is our own attitude. Be joyful and take the ending you are given. That's what I've been thinking about. I'll see you in church. So that's how he ends every article, is that's what I've been thinking about, and I'll see you in church. So I actually didn't read that beforehand, so I actually will always try to read them like to you, and I'm reading them for the first time so you can get my initial reaction. So let me know what you guys think about that. If you hate it, if it's too much for you, whatever, that's fine. I won't be offended. But if you like it and would like to see it, it would just be once a week because it only comes out once a week. Then let me know. Hope that you guys had a great day, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye. Oh, wait. By the way, for your weather report for today, it's not even supposed to get above 0 today. It's, I think, 11 below right now. With the wind chill, it's 30 below. And I'm going to go get my car and drive to work. I hope you guys have a great and warmer Tuesday. Bye.